Hey guys, Games for Life here, and in today's video we're gonna be completing the first and second tiers of the EXO F.A.R.M event. We'll also unlock some cool Halloween rewards, so I'm really excited for that. Now, in order to complete this limited event, we'll need a Cauldrongia plant, and we have one on Calidor, but I want to get this one from Aatrox, because it should be faster than the one on Calidor. So we need to get through all of these hazards in order to get to it. Got it. Now let's run away, because Aatrox is a really dangerous planet and we don't want to be hanging around here for long. One of the projectiles from the attack was just bugged through the ground. We almost died right there. But yeah, let's take care of these spew flowers. And don't worry, we'll be coming back to Aatrox throughout this event, because we'll need to get some seeds from its caves. But for right now, let's get the methane we need. And we'll head back to Calidor now, where we can craft the gas canisters. With those we can start completing the EXO F.A.R.M event. And we can set up the Aatrox Cauldrongia right here. We've got the one from Calidor on this side. And we'll actually get to see how much faster this one is. Now let's take a look at the event. So in total we're gonna need 8,000 points. And then we'll use some more for the secret tiers. But right now let's focus on the first tier. And we're gonna need 800 points for that. Then the second one will be 2400. And I'm actually thinking of doing the first one with just Squasholine, which is 15 points per canister. And then the second one we'll do it at a petrol, which is 35 points per canister. Obviously in the next video we're gonna be completing the big one, the third. And we're gonna use Noxotane for that because it's 50 points, so that's gonna be a lot easier. And I'm gonna use these seeds right here to build two small farms. One for Sturdy Squash and one for Mutant Spiny Attackus. Right, I got the farms all set up right here, so that they are close to our Cauldrongia plants. And while those are fully growing, we need to go ahead and craft some gas canisters. So we're gonna need silicone and glass. Let's craft the silicone, for which we'll need resin, quartz and methane. We can set it on repeat. And I'm thinking of making 4 gas canisters. We only really need 2 of them, but if we can double it up, then why not? Now we'll wait for this to finish crafting. I don't know why, but I like the way silicone looks in this game. It might just be a reskinned resin. They're really similar, but anyways. We'll let the printer do its thing there. Okay, and the first 2 are ready. So we can go ahead and unpack them onto the Cauldrongia plants. There we go. Now before we start crafting the materials we actually need, I just want to see how much faster the Swift Cauldrongia is compared to the Brisk one. So we'll craft 1 Squasholine with each of them and we'll see which one is faster. I'm actually gonna give the Brisk Cauldrongia a millisecond head start because we need to start one first and then the other. So let's go ahead and do this. And we can see the speed difference already. The Swift Cauldrongia is already done, and the Brisk one is still going. I think it's maybe more than twice as fast. Yeah, so we'll be using this one a lot more. We've got everything set up, now it's time to start our production. So we're gonna make a ton of Squasholine over here, and we're gonna complete the first tier using just that. Then I'm gonna bring in the Etapetrol for the second tier, because it has more points. And the way we get samples is pretty easy, we just harvest these and then we replant. And that way we can basically get infinite seeds. Now of course you can automate this if you want to, but for this event we really don't have to do that. I mean, it's a pretty short event, it's not gonna take much for us to finish it. But yeah, let's go ahead and use both of these. That way we can move faster. Okay, so I did the math, and to complete the first tier with just Squasholine, we're gonna need 54 of it. So I'll come back when we have 54 Squasholine. Okay, so now we got enough Squasholine to finish the first tier, but first I want to show you something really cool. So these are special types of Sturdy Squash. These ones have the Astroneer logo on them, and these will grow out of seeds like these ones, which you randomly get from harvesting Sturdy Squash. So I'll go ahead and plant these. The interesting thing about the ones with the Astroneer logo on them is that they give you a ton of samples. Look at this. We usually get only 1, but from one with the Astroneer logo we got 6. It's not always 6, you can get more or less, but that's a ton of samples. And you've probably seen this one here in the back. This is a Curious Sturdy Squash, and it's purple. That's really cool. But if I remember correctly from last year's event, I think this should give us 1 Astronium. So let's harvest. And yeah, we got 1 Astronium. And now we got a random seed. that's just gonna grow one of these ones. This is the only Astronium we have right now, so we'll put it somewhere safe. I'll go ahead and use these samples to get more Squashalin, and then we can send it off. Got 60 Squashalin for a total of 900 points, which means we can already complete the first tier of the event. So let's go ahead and send this shuttle. It cost us 500 bytes, but that's okay, and we'll wait for it to come back. We've got our rewards, so we can go ahead and check those out. Now the big one is the pumpkin shelter, which looks like this. Can we craft this right now? I think we can. So I'll go ahead and craft that. Oh, and look, the rocket came back. We got some sensors. We can use those to actually make this farm automated. We got a gas canister and another one. I love extra stuff, so we'll put it over here with the other ones. Oh, and look at that, we got another purple sturdy squash. So let's harvest that, and we got one more Astroneer. Nice. Okay, before we craft the pumpkin shelter, let me show you all the other rewards we got from this first tier. So we got the leaf lip emote. This one's really cool and gives off autumn vibes. Then we got a visor called pollen count. Looks like this. And this also looks cooler with certain color combinations. The other reward we got was a hat named the Galestro cap. And let's just change our palette so we can see all of these rewards a little bit better. I think this one looks pretty cool. It's really Halloween-y. And I'm gonna be wearing these for this episode, because we just got them as rewards. But now it's time to get into the second tier, so we need to get to 2400 points. And we're gonna use Eta Petrol for that. Now this second tier will give us the first impact hat, which I'm really curious about. But first let's craft the pumpkin shelter. We got all the materials right here, so let's go. And this might take a while. In the meantime, let's start getting some Eta Petrol. Now in order to get Eta Petrol, we'll need one sturdy squash sample and one mutant spiny Attacus seed. So we'll go ahead and gather both. This is actually a pretty easy way to complete the whole event. Just make some farms really close to the base, so you don't have to struggle. And basically that's it, that's all you've got to do. It's pretty easy, pretty quick. If you want to, you can use the sensors as well, and you can automate it too. So this is how the sensors work. It automatically harvests them. So you can do that if you want. And I think you can use this to replant as well. But I'm not really a fan of that. I'd much rather do it myself, because this is pretty fun, to be honest. And sturdy squash aren't here all year round. We only get them for Halloween. But if you keep some seeds, you can plant them all year round, so you can have sturdy squash for Christmas if that's what you want to do. I think we've got more than enough at the petrol. Now all we need to do is get all the gas into a single canister. Look at how much we've got, 59 in total. But first I want to show you the pumpkin shelter, which finished crafting in the meantime. We should unpack it somewhere next to the base maybe. I think right here is pretty nice, so let's unpack this and see how it looks. Okay, so it has a pretty nice animation for when you unpack it. I like that. And you basically enter its mouth when you want to save the game. That's really cool. And it also looks amazing, especially for Halloween. I think it has the same functionality as a normal shelter. It has 4 cable plugs and 2 of these little spots. So yeah, maybe we can create a thematic base using this as its centerpiece. But we'll see about that. Now let's send this canister and officially complete the second tier. When we're way past the goal on that. So we'll send it off. And let's see what rewards we get now. Great, we've got the first impact hat. Let's take a look at it. Okay, this looks pretty cool. I like it. So we'll replace the Galestro cap with this for the remainder of the video. Yeah, I really do like the look of that. I'm gonna wait for the rocket to come back. And yeah, we've got some more rewards on here. Got a small canister, an arrow mod, some leveling blocks, another small canister. We've got an EXO chip, a solid fuel jump jet, and an alignment mod. Not gonna lie, these are some pretty cool rewards, especially the alignment mods and the EXO chip. And we can have a little fun with this jet. Can we jump over a sturdy squash? Well, almost did that. Yeah, I guess it works. So next time we're gonna be completing the third and last tier using Noxotane. For that we're gonna need to go to the caves of Aatrox and find some elegant spew flowers, but then we'll take the seeds back and build a farm right here on Calidor. So we're gonna be completing the third tier pretty easy as well, and for that we're gonna be unlocking the hard suit. But that's for next time. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and that's gonna be all for today. Cheers, Astroneers!